To define wealth as accumulation of abundance is inaccurate and reductive. True wealth is circulation within an adequate containment structure according to your own unique wealth rhythms. Yes, wealth does have a rhythm, and I am very excited and honored to introduce that to you today. Hello, I am Naomi Obatayo, the Wealth Priestess, and I awaken and initiate governors, unprecedented leaders, and originating founders into their wealth, and I give them the blueprints to safely execute their destinies. I am here to help you stop trying to shove your 100 million gallon vision into a 30 million gallon container, because obviously it won't fit. And my job is to help you finally build the architecture that can hold the scale of it all sustainably without collapse. Anyways, let's get into today's video. We live in a very linear and rigid world. So understanding that you and your wealth is naturally rhythmic can sometimes be hard to wrap your mind around, because all we've been taught is one way, a very rigid masculine way of wealth. But wealth is rhythmic if it's organic. Everything in nature is governed by the unique rhythm. The ocean has tides, the moon has its phases, women, we have our menstrual cycles, we have pregnancy and labor, we have the seasons, we have digestion, our circulatory system, bird migration patterns. Nothing in nature is linear. So why do you assume that you are? When you remove the shame, the expectations, and restrictions, we return to our natural, organic baseline. Cycles. That is nature. We are nature. When you're a person of great magnitude, with an even larger vision that's ahead of its time, the first of its kind, and something completely unprecedented, you aren't executing something only in the physical. You are birthing something that hasn't even existed yet. Birthing is of nature, and that is rhythmic and cyclical. Every originative, trailblazing founder has a signature rhythm that wealth circulates through and materializes from. Now, I want to give you my definition of wealth. And if you haven't already, definitely watch my video titled, What is Wealth? Wealth as circulation and containment, not accumulation. But this is the definition that I shared in that video that I just mentioned. Wealth is the uninhibited circulation of your life force being your vision, financial abundance, impact, and identity within the correct containment structures. Wealth is the uninhibited circulation of your life force within the correct containment structures. Wealth is the uninhibited circulation of your life force within the correct containment structures. And you can get a glimpse of this rhythm by how money tends to flow to you outside of the inorganic rigid structures of traditional capitalism, of course. Like, how does money typically find you? Have you ever noticed there's a certain rhythm of how money finds you? Or even the pattern of how you get your best ideas or revelations. And of course, your body's natural rhythm for rest and productivity. Those all give credence to the rhythm of our wealth, of materialization. Knowing the rhythm of your wealth informs you of how your wealth will circulate within the correct containment structures. Your containment structures is what holds your life force, your expressed life force in the material world. The point of wealth being circulatory is to maintain regeneration. Organic wealth is regenerative. It is completely unnatural, inorganic for wealth to be hoarded and stagnant. That is completely unnatural, which is why capitalism is collapsing right now. The definition of regenerate is to regrow, renew, or spiritually or physically revive something into a better, higher, restored state. Wealth moves like this. Did you catch that? Wealth moves like this. It's a rhythm, it's a cycle, it's a spiral. Did you catch that? I also really like the synonyms for this word, which is provoke, yield, trigger, produce, and create. I think that speaks to the nature of wealth perfectly. Circulation is governed by an increase of exponents. This is divine overflow. We pray for overflow all the time, especially if he's raised in Christianity. Everyone's always praying for overflow. But the problem with church is that they don't teach us to create containment. That's where we get messed up. This divine overflow has an ebb and flow, an inhale and an exhale, a contraction, an expansion. Capitalism teaches us that linear growth comes at any cost, but wealth that is birthed rhythmically expands cyclically. It's not at any cost, it's just a natural of its existence. It has cycles, and knowing those cycles will keep you from condemning your contractive phase and reading your expansion phase incorrectly. What capitalism or the traditional workforce gives us is the ability to bypass our natural rhythms. It keeps us out of sync with nature and what is true for us. And so that's why it's sometimes so hard to go from a regular 9-to-5 to sustainably building a life outside of it. We might be able to make the money accumulation, which we have all been groomed to do, but actually with our wealth, you don't know how to do that. Wealth cycles through varying phases and must be met accordingly. That's the same reason how a lot of women now are learning about cycle thinking, how we meet each phase of our cycles accordingly. We have to meet the rhythm of our wealth, the rhythm of our wealth accordingly. Knowing your rhythm is how you complete your wealth initiation. Your wealth initiation is what produces the entire foundation through which everything you materialize is built on. And that goes through phases of demolition, clearing, and pouring in the concrete as I explain it. And understanding the rhythm through which your wealth initiation is governed by then informs you of how you'll materialize on that foundation. It's all connected. And this is what ensures structural sustainability for scaling. It prevents collapse, fracture, and failure. If you want to learn more about the wealth initiation, I have a video titled Why High Magnitude Visionaries Must Be Initiated into Wealth. Definitely go watch that as well. But either way, it's time to stop forcing a linear pace onto a cyclical destiny. If you are that high magnitude individual, I am inviting you to my Originators Wealth Cycle on July 19th at 4 p.m. Eastern. There, I will be teaching you how to safely build the containers that can accurately mirror the fullness of your wealth and can hold it at scale. I am offering this. It's a 3.5 hour long live structural diagnostic and mapping transmission built exclusively for high magnitude individuals like you who are leaders and founders, and they have outgrown traditional frameworks because they recognize that the containment that the world has to offer is too small for them. By the end of this session, you will have the blueprints and the map to navigate and architect the exact containment that you need to actualize the entirety of your wealth, and you will be more than informed to meet the natural rhythm of your wealth so you can exponentially increase sustainably without collapse. If you know you're meant to be there, the link to apply is down below in the description box. Anyways, I am the Wealth Priestess, and I am so excited to have hosted you for this video today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.